friends, yeah. All I got, all I got, all I got is family and my friends, yeah. It's family and my friends, yeah. Me and this mirror have grown a bond with each other, only to see if there's more to discover. Melting my eyes on yours just to see if it's butter. I promise I'll get you higher. We can start with the flutters. Anything to get us ready, yeah. Subtle changes, there's gonna be improvements, man. I'm telling ya. I swear I see the future. For some niggas, it won't suit ya, so you better think of something before karma come and shoot ya. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Whoever said it was cool to be cold-hearted? Who got back up from the falls before the snow even started? I make sure that I'm the one always being smarter, cause I ain't getting caught up with niggas acting retarded. Surviving off of the water with bitches I thought was flawless, but all I saw was this gorgeous devil that do me several pleasures to my mental. Forgetting
Yo.
that's why I've been so
Yo.
Wee. How's it going?
Welcome back.
Yo, we're out here right now. Just kidding. We're inside.
We're inside.
Yo,
Shelter.
welcome back to this. I don't know if you guys knew this. I was wrong last time. This is episode number 12 of our gaming podcast, Don't Hate the Podcast, which, if you're new here, it's the weekly, sometimes bi-weekly, sometimes tri-weekly gaming podcast that we do here live on Saturday nights on twitch.tv/my channel, Mark Money. Joining me as always is my good buddies Killer Metal Mike
Hey.
and Pop That Baby Maker.
Yo, real quick,
Yeah.
starting off on a positive note.
Okay.
Your mic's like peaking pretty bad.
Mine?
Yeah.
Oh, you hear it on the stream.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had it turned up all the way. Yeah, I feel like that was a good open too. Man, finally
Strong.
did it right, and the microphone's too loud.
Strong. Just aggressively strong.
The music was there, I'm leaning into it, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
How's it sound now?
Much better.
Yeah.
Cool. The song is Cold War by Don DeMenace. This played on Relax Beats last time, and I had to find it. And I want to reach out to this guy and be like, yo, can you send me the instrumental? Can we use it for this podcast? Because
Yeah.
it's like the dopest beat I've ever heard. It's still playing. I don't know if you guys knew that. I'm gonna pop it down though, because this week we are going to talk about some shite. How you guys doing? What's new? How's quarantine life?
Oh, solitary.
I feel like we can't have a show about anything without talking about the current state of affairs and how it's affecting everything. I mean, we could go back a couple episodes and you could hear how we were talking about it then versus how I feel about it now. It's two totally different things. But how you guys like holding up?
I mean, for me, the biggest thing that's changed is just the people being home all the time. So, like, they closed all the schools and everything. So now I have 4 kids home all day, every day, all day. All
Sounds fun.
day.
That sounds
every
real
day.
fun.
No, it's great.
No, it's great.
I definitely should not be a teacher, or at least not one of general studies. If I'm going to
No?
teach something, I guess it should be math, and that's it, because as soon as the math is done, I'm completely useless.
Really?
Oh, dude,
Yeah.
awful.
Well, but
Tell me to put an essay together about anything, and I'm not doing it.
nah, man, you need to teach your kids how to do their taxes and like what it means when, like driving. That should be taught. You should start teaching. I think we should start teaching kids how to drive at like 5 years old. Like you can't hurt anything. Like you don't have to let them operate the car, but like, a kid should know
how it works.
Hell yeah! Oh my god!
Absolutely.
Like, there's so many people out there that are they're like in their 40s and they're terrible drivers. And I'm not trying to talk shit. It's just like very apparent. Like, you don't know what you're doing out there.
Yeah. So, just people being home has been like the biggest change. They haven't canceled my work because I'm essential.
Yeah, me either. Pop, are you working?
I am working, yeah.
All
And
three of
actually,
us are very essential.
Nothing really changed for me because up until Friday at midnight, Florida just acting normal. Like
Yeah.
there was nothing in place. Like it was just business as usual.
Yep.
And finally, it was like,
Finally
all right,
got enough
everybody stay at
cases.
home unless you're this thing. So yeah, but
Right.
yeah, I'm continuing working and stuff. I did go to the grocery store today,
Mhm.
and I saw two old ladies fight over plantain chips.
Ooh.
I don't know if that was
Interesting.
coronavirus
Plantain
related,
chips.
but it was entertaining.
No, I think that's just age related at
Yeah,
that point.
just a Florida thing.
I
Yeah.
read the other day online that it's pronounced plantain, not plantain.
I read on Ryan online that you're wrong.
Yeah,
So
Oh,
there you go.
all right.
I feel like I come from
I have no
half
idea.
of me is Costa Rican, and all of them say plantain. So
All right.
I'm gonna trust them. I don't know.
I'm gonna go with banana chips until I die. So there you go.
Can't we just call them all bananas? I mean, they are
Why not?
like very banana-like
I call them tree fruits.
tree fruits. You ever seen those fruits that can grow multiple types of trees?
No.
I mean, those types of trees that can grow multiple types of fruit. Sorry.
Oh, those. Oh,
Well,
also no.
No, they graft a branch from like a pear tree onto
Mm-hmm.
an apple tree, and then it grows pears and apples when it
Wow.
matures.
All right. So
Yeah.
like not naturally,
No,
but
no.
like
You can
all
make
right.
like a fruit cocktail tree if you really wanted to, if you had the patience.
You really think you think you could make that work in people?
What do you
Like,
mean?
you think if you went into like somebody's shoulder and like spliced all the nerves in there and attached a second arm under their arm, like Goro, like, do you think that could work? Like, if you could do it with a tree, right?
Sorry, I mean, we might have to pause and start again because I clearly didn't prepare enough for that question. I think I need to put some more preparation in this preparation device. No, I don't think. Well, I did see something. We're going tangential
Yeah.
in this
Okay.
intro.
You know what?
Forget
Let's
about
not-
that. Yeah, let's forget about
Anyway,
the nerve
so
endings and what
we're
have
all
you been?
essential.
Yeah,
We're all supposed to be staying inside. My weekend and like social life and stuff is definitely cut like dramatically. Like, I don't go anywhere anymore except to the store once a week to try and fight old ladies for plantain chips, apparently. But like, other than that, like, that's all that I've been doing. And I used to like go out for lunches and shit with my wife, and like, I'm starting to miss some of this stuff. But I got a lot of video games, so I'm pretty content just sitting still. But it's everybody else around that wants to do things. It's like,
yeah. I'm the meme where it says, "Oh, social distancing proves that I didn't really, the very little change that I actually had to make in my life to accommodate for social distancing shows me how much of a hermit that I am." Yeah, exactly. And I haven't really noticed that much of a change. I usually go somewhere outside of work hours.
Yep.
These days, maybe like once or twice a week, and I just haven't been doing that. And
Yeah.
I'll go to the grocery store once a week, and since the grocery stores are kind of like limiting, my grocery store near me now they're trying to keep the whole store at 50% capacity. So, one person per household. There's arrows in the aisles to show you which direction to walk, so you don't cross paths with people.
all right,
Yeah.
that's the idea, is that you're not crossing paths with people.
Yeah.
But hear me out. When you're stuck in an aisle and there's 3 people wide standing there, like all trying to go different speeds down the aisle, isn't not doing the same thing? Because I'm sorry, but if I follow the arrows and go that direction, and I'm supposed to keep 6 feet, like, at some point I'm going to break 6 feet passing little granny because I don't have 3 hours to go grocery shop.
Yeah, so here's the thing. We shouldn't. This is my problem with society in general, and I'm not going to go off on a tangent. I'm just going to make it short and sweet. The fact that we need arrows on the floor to tell us not to walk past people when there's a sickness going around is like just proof that we're not ready. We're not there yet. We call ourselves a civilized culture, but we're not. We're not civilized. As soon as your hand and that other hand both land on the plantains at the same time, and then a fight breaks out, that's when you know that we do not live in a civilized culture or society.
I
Yo.
didn't know what to do. I was like, should I break this up?
No, you
Should I
film
pull out
it.
my phone and record it? I don't know.
You
What is
yell
the
World
right thing?
Star from the back.
Green
6 feet
Hornet.
away. like-
Imagine being in an aisle and someone coughs and then the arrows are useless. Yo, that's a great point.
That is.
Yeah. Here's the thing. If there was somebody in an aisle, out of respect for them, I just didn't go in the aisle. I just went to a different aisle. I had many things to buy. So
Yeah.
I was like bouncing around. I would. Here's the thing. It's not good that many people are dying, but it's not good. I'm not saying that it's good, but if you're looking for like the positive sides of all this, like it's very serene outside. There's less pollution being put into the air from like smog from cars and shit. When you
Wildlife
go
is coming back.
Seriously, I heard so many fucking birds because of the combination of, less cars on the road, so less noise, but also that's inviting to wildlife to come back. I'm like,
Yeah.
I went for a walk, because I got to get out and do something. So we went and we did like a 4.5 mile, just like walk around. We were new to this area, so we just kind of like walked around and checked it out. It was great. It was fucking great. And grocery shopping, it's kind of weird and eerie. And it reminds me of games like The Last of Us where, you see signs that are like telling you, rules and regulations about how, the store was like one person per household, follow the arrows, stay 6 feet away from each other, when you're in line, stay at the lines that are marked on the floor. No reusable bags anymore. They made fucking plastic bags illegal.
They made them cost 10 cents a piece.
No, in Meriden, but in Stamford they outlawed them. Like you have to pay 10 cents if you want a paper bag, and the stores aren't allowed to have plastic bags. But now they
really?
Yeah, now they brought the plastic bags. New York is a statewide ban on plastic bags. I'm all for it. I love it. But now they're like, okay.
Yeah, but if you're telling me I can't use my bags, I mean, what the
I'm like, yo, we're all staying 6 feet away from each other, and why can't I take the stuff that I'm buying from your store and put it into my bag? Like, fuck off. Don't touch my bag. Don't come near me. I'm an essential worker, so I'm around it all day, and I swear, infected people still go out just because they're bored. Yeah, no, that's kind of a ridiculous part of this whole thing. People trying to like, I don't know, man. I would feel totally comfortable hanging out with a group of my friends right now, but it's just I'm not gonna be the one who puts myself out there to put other people in jeopardy.
Right.
I'm not scared of this sickness. I just think it's wild the effects that it's having on the rest of the world.
Oh yeah,
It
is definitely crazy.
This is some crazy shit that we're gonna remember for the rest of our lives.
Hey, so to jump back to your reminiscing of like looking like the end of the world and all the animals coming back from all the less people and stuff.
Last of Us.
If no. So if all the people on Earth just disappeared, right? How long do you think it would take until there was wildlife everywhere again?
Not long.
Like squirrels running around in your apartment and shit.
Oh my god, not long at all. Think about how easy it is to get like a neighborhood squirrel to come eat out of your hand. Like it's not that easy, but I've seen people do it many times where they just like throw nuts to the squirrels and then like start throwing them a little closer to you and then get to the point where it's like coming up to you and you just toss it and they take it and then you toss another one and then eventually it'll come take one out of your hand and then it'll come walk in your house. They're just, we're giants compared to them. Like if there was when I was in Florida, I was in Bradenton Beach on the during the time of that fucking last big ass hurricane, the one that was scaring the shit out of everybody. We went and had a picnic at the beach, and there was these squirrels and seagulls that were just fearless. They were just coming up taking fucking shit out of my hands. People in the
Seagulls
camp,
can fuck off.
people in the picnic area were getting pissed at me because here I
Yeah.
am like feeding all the animals, and I'm looking directly at them like feeding these fucking animals. Like I feel like Snow White in the fucking middle of the forest. Like, they're all just coming up chilling.
The squirrels are one thing, but the seagulls are just like dicks. Like,
Seagulls are dicks.
They like even if you're not feeding them, they'll like wait until you turn your back, and then they can come in. I hate them.
I have a pretty cool seagull story. It shouldn't take too long. When I was a kid, and I might have told you this before, but I was at the beach with my mom and my little brother, and we had just gotten Subway. And when I was a kid, my go-to sandwich was the cold cut combo. So I had my trio of lunch meats and some cheese and some veggies on there. And I'm laying on the towel, like sideways like this, like kind of leaning on my arm. And I had the sandwich over here like this. And I'm talking to my mom over here. And all of a sudden I feel my hand moving. And I look, and there's a seagull, and it pulls. You know how the cold cut combo is in like wax paper? So it's all three meats are just like folded nicely. Yeah, this motherfucker grabbed onto the end of that and pulled the entire thing, like all the meat, out of the sandwich.
They're just there to piss you off.
And then just like flew away, and like, but not even far, like just like 5 feet away from me, and taunted me. So then I had to eat my mom's sandwich because I didn't have any food, and she had mayonnaise on her shit, and I wanted to barf. And then I think I slipped. I think I slipped on a rock later that day and smashed my fucking face on the rock, and my lip busted like right in the middle, split open, and just I had the blood covering my face and my hands. It was a worst day.
This was a bad day.
That day sucked, man.
Mayonnaise and busted lips.
Yeah. It was so
That's the
bad.
name of my new rap album.
It's the name of your sex tape.
Male busted lips.
Yo, what have you guys been playing during the quarantine? That's the real question.
All right. So, I finally played. So I've been playing a dickload of Animal Crossing because I don't know what the fuck it is. I just can't stop playing that game.
Yeah.
I don't even want to play it anymore. I'm like, I want to be done with it, but I can't stop. Like every day, there's things that need to be done. So I got to go do them.
If you don't play, your villagers are gonna like miss you. Like you know, you have to be there for
Dude,
them.
I don't even give a shit about the villagers at this point. It's all about like rooming the island and selling all the garbage to pay my enormous loan to Tom Nook. Like, fuck that dude, man. Cult leader.
I don't know what the hell you guys are talking about. I'm
Okay,
just kidding.
so
I'm just
anyway,
kidding. Go ahead. No, you've been playing Animal Crossing, yeah.
dickload of Animal Crossing. But I finally dove into Doom Eternal a little bit, and I was like, meh. I don't know, man. Something about this one just hits me the wrong way.
You like Doom 2016 better?
Loved it. Absolutely loved it. This one, I don't know what it is, man. They just like tried to add too much.
I've heard very
Green Hornet. Hey, I was watching that. It was a plain white screen to you. Don't lie. What were you? What would you say, Pop?
I've heard like I had one friend who played like completely through it and beat it and was like, I really like that, but everybody else was like, it was like it was like not bad, but it's not like Doom 2016 good. Like
Yeah. You know what it is? It's like Doom 2016, you wake up in a fucking tomb, like bust out of this thing, they give you a gun, you shoot your way out of the room, and then you get your suit and your shotgun, and you just start fucking slaughtering things.
yeah.
And chasing this bitch down through space, Earth, and fucking hell. And you just go. Like, even if you don't want the story, you can blaze right through it. You can skip past all the dialogue and stuff and just keep going and killing. But in this one, dude, it's like every little thing so far has just interrupted the flow of the game. Like,
Really?
I have a room now.
Like
a
Need
Doom-
for Speed?
Like, I don't know what I don't know. You know what it is? Okay, so like I said, Doom's 2016,
Okay, so,
you start it up
like I said,
and you go
Doom's
right from the
2016
beginning, right? Even when you start with nothing, with no clothes, and you just get your hands on a gun, like you just go. But in this one, like I started the game, and it was like, okay, go, and you brings you into this room and explains your basic like movement mechanics and everything like that, and you're like, okay, you start doing it, and then it gives you your first ability, and it's like, oh, how to do a glory kill, and instantly I went from the room I was in, pixelated up into space like a magic fairy, fucking ended up in a completely blank, empty room with 2 spawned enemies that would not attack me and were perpetually in the state that need to be glory killed. And it like pulls you into this training room and says, okay, do the thing we told you. Okay, do the thing we told you. Okay, good job, you did the thing. And then it'll pixelate you back to where you were and say, okay, go ahead, play again. And every time you get a new ability, it does that shit to you. So you like pixelate away into space. And I'm like, dude, I don't like that at all. This breaks the flow. And then like you go through and you have one good section of combat. And it's like, awesome, all right. And then you have to do some platforming. Like, okay, there's platforming in 2016, no problem. You get a jump, and then eventually you get a double jump. It's cool. That's how you find like some of the, hidden items and shit, is by double jumping to cool spots and everything. But this one, it was like, okay, you have a jump and a double jump, and you have a dash. Actually, you have 2 dashes, so you have a double dash. So you have 2 jumps and 2 dashes.
Ooh,
and you can
Mario.
also hit these things in midair that refill your dash while you're dashing. So you can actually get 4 dashes and 2 jumps if you hit one of these things in the air. But then there's also launcher pads, and those don't count for your jump. So if you hit a launcher pad and then jump and then double dash and hit a dash refill, and then you can keep dashing, you can make it to that platform over there. Like, dude, this is not what the Doom guy does. He goes in, he doesn't jump, he didn't even aim up in the first game. He just went forward and killed everything.
You mean in the original Doom or 2016?
Original Doom.
Yeah,
he didn't even aim up. He just went.
Right. Everything was just fucking decimated that came across his path.
Yes, and this feels way too arcadey. And it's like, what really hit me is I actually compared it to Overwatch at one point. It killed me that much because you get the chainsaw, which, okay, so the glory kills in 2016 Doom gave you health back.
That's right.
And then the chainsaw gave you ammo dump.
Okay.
And the ammo that you got was always colored orange, and the health was colored blue, and armor was colored green. So it was simple. These 3 things. It's either health, armor, or ammo. And that was it. In this one, each ammo gets its own color.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But it's gross colors.
Wait, Pop, you played it?
No.
They're like bluish, turquoise,
Like colors.
pink, orange, like lime green.
Ooh.
Like, dude, so when you chainsaw someone and all this ammo dumps out all over the place, it's like a rainbow barfing out of the demon.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I'm here
League of
for
Legends style.
like saw you in half. I want to see the blood rain down over the camera, and I'm gonna laugh maniacally and go, give me more.
Oh, I see. So they're
this
putting
rainbow colors.
They're putting too much fireworks when it's not really like that's not why we want to play Doom. Like Doom,
that's not what I'm here for. Doom.
The original, like Doom 2016, captured what the original Doom was with like this really dark, heavy metal, fucking like
yes,
dun, 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 dun,
yes.
Dun, dun, dun.
They got the Doom vibe.
That formula is right, and this one is kind of like you're playing.
That nailed it really well is they still have the super fast-paced combat. Like when you get into an area where it's specifically like, okay, we want you to come in here and we want you to kill these 30 dudes and like do it effectively and make it look cool because they're all coming to rip your face off. Right. So like the combat is super fun, but the problem is that you go to a hub world, then you choose where you're going, then you magically teleport to that area, then you do a little bit of platforming, then you get a combat area, then you pick up a puzzle piece to solve a puzzle that's like usually like, okay, I pick up the piece right here, and then I walk over here and put it in the thing, and like you're done. Like that's the puzzle.
I might try Doom Eternal if I play through and finish Doom 2016, but then also Doom VFR. If I can get through both of those, then I'll play Doom Eternal. But it sounds, from what you're saying to me, like I don't need to go run out and grab that game right now.
Yeah.
Absolutely not. I would say if you are looking to get into, even if you want to jump right to Doom Eternal, I would suggest still playing Doom 2016 first.
Now,
Because they took all the base stuff from that, but just piled too much more on top of it at this point.
at the risk
I
of
haven't finished it, so I can't say overall for the experience. But what I've played so far, they've just added to everything that they can, and it seems like too much at some point.
at the risk of sounding like a terrible co-host of a gaming podcast. Wait, I just forgot what point I was gonna make. Go on, forget it.
Yep.
Forget it.
So overall, I would just say I feel like they tried to add in every aspect to this game, and it feels like, to me, it ends up taking away from the overall doomness that was Doom 2016. Like you said, when you think Doom, you think the demons, the blood, the gore, the heavy metal, the
Right.
yes.
Right.
But this, it's got too many colors. It's got a lot of cool things trying to go for it. Like in this one, you can get armor to drop by, instead of doing glory kills, you light things on fire before you kill them.
Mm-hmm.
So if you can hit them with your flamethrower first, which is really fucking me up from all my other games, because you use R to reload for most of your first-person shooter games. And in Doom, there is no reload. You just go.
Wait,
So
so what? When you're out of bullets, it reloads?
No, you don't run out of bullets. If you pick up a automatic like machine gun and it says you have 120 bullets, you pull that trigger until all 100 bullets are gone. There's no reload animation ever. You just run out of bullets eventually.
Oh, and then you have to get a new gun.
Right, because it keeps the combat fast. So you switch guns instead and use that. Or
I see.
you get out the chainsaw and you make a rainbow barf and you get all the ammo back.
I see. It's really
But
pissing me off that
because
I
of
forgot what I was
that-
going to say.
Because of that, there's no reload button. So every now and then I go to reload out of force of habit, shoot something, it's dead. I have a second, I need to reload. So I'll hit that button, but in this, it's the flamethrower. There's no reload. So, like, almost every other time I finish combat and hide behind a wall or something, I'm shooting a flamethrower at nothing.
Did
because
2016
there's no reload.
have a reload?
Nope, they didn't.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah. So I would still suggest 2016 over anything. I mean, like I said, I'm still going to finish it. I still want to play it and everything. But so far, it seems like they added too much to everything
Yeah.
and took away from the Doom feeling of all of it.
And it's interesting that like what you said about like how they like take you out of the game to do like certain
The worst.
like tutorial type stuff, because actually like a couple of my friends who seem to be maybe like further in the game than you, I think they like do that same type of thing in other ways too throughout the game.
I
so
know
it'll be
there's
interesting to like see
like
how you-
rune challenges and stuff like that where you can get different runes to get abilities or whatever, and they teleport you out of the area that you're in, but just to put you into another controlled environment.
Yeah.
Like they take you out of the stage that you're in and put you in a smaller arena to like try and complete a challenge.
Mhm.
Like that's fine with me. The thing that drives me nuts is it was a completely blank, empty, textureless room. It's just
Yeah.
totally flat with two dudes standing there. Like, do the thing, do the thing, do the thing. Like
That-
you could have just said, do the thing at the top and let me do it to the dude that I wandered up on when it triggered the tutorial.
That's hot.
Isn't it?
Tuesday,
Okay.
innit? Sorry.
Other than that,
Yeah, what else? What else?
I
have
also
you got?
played the Jay and Silent Bob Mall Brawl demo because Mall Brawl is coming out on the 20th digitally.
digitally, and you're never getting the cartridge.
No, I'm never getting the
All right,
cartridge.
hold on, save that for the next segment. Pop, what you been playing? Wait, there's nothing else besides the Mall Brawl demo, right?
Those two, and my kid wanted me to tell you, we started a co-op campaign. We got the Halo Master Chief Edition.
Oh, okay.
With all the Halo 1 through 4, ODST, and Reach.
Yep.
So we started playing those. So we started playing Halo Reach today.
I remember what I was going to say. At the risk of sounding like a terrible gaming podcast co-host, isn't there some sort of Doom 64 like re-release or something rolling around out there?
Yeah, there is. They put Doom 64 out if you
PS4,
pre-ordered.
Right? It's on the Switch too.
Yeah, if you pre-ordered on any of the platforms, you got it with your Doom Eternal. I think you can also get it separately.
You can get it separately, yeah.
It was killing me that I couldn't fucking remember what that was. I'm so happy I remembered. Pop, what have you been playing? Shit.
Mainly,
Animal Crossing.
A lot of Animal Crossing, right? And I could just talk about it for days. It's great. I love it.
I'm glad for you.
Yo, can I just say on one quick side note?
Yeah.
Fuck Nintendo and its weapon durability.
Why?
We need to keep that at every game.
Yeah,
because they put it in Breath of the Wild, and then they also put it into Animal Crossing.
That definitely is that. There are a few gripes and complaints I have about the game. That's one of them where it's super hard to get adjusted to having to craft equipment and having it break when as a Animal Crossing fan playing all the other games, you just get that stuff and it's there and it doesn't take up inventory slots and
yeah.
So
dude, you know how annoying it is to wake up in the morning and be like, all right, I have to groom the island. I need at least 4 stone axes.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Have you been? Go ahead. Continue talking about Animal Crossing for days.
No.
Just kidding.
Well, I was actually gonna move on because I have some other stuff that I
have been playing.
To get to. Yeah.
Okay.
So I've been playing Animal Crossing, but Animal Crossing is that game that I feel like, for me at least, I'm in no I'm not out here dude, I have to get I missed a day of playing, so now I'm behind a day. Then that game is going to be a thing forever now. It's just there. That's
it's
going to be a
staple. It's part of your life.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I've been going back and trying to play some games that I bought on Steam sales or whatever that I haven't had an opportunity to play. So I played a little bit of Katana Zero, which is I've
heard of that game. What is that?
Yeah, it's like a 2D side scroller, but not really. You have a frame. A frame will come up and then you beat that frame and then you move it scrolls over to the next frame.
Oh, Celeste kind of thing?
Yeah, very
one
similar.
Screen at a time.
Yeah, very similar to Celeste. But then the way that it works is that essentially you are watching recordings of yourself. So it's you can play through you play through a screen, you beat it, then before you move on to the next screen, it will replay exactly what you did. For you, so it shows you okay, you killed these 2 people here, you went into this room, then you went up here, and then you finished the level. And so it gives you the option to go back and replay that screen before you move on.
Okay. All right.
So you have the option to where it's hey, I beat that level, or I beat that screen, but I missed a power up. I'm gonna go back and do it in this order because the way that the enemies are set up and stuff, you have to do certain things in certain orders. There might be a laser that you have to hit on at a certain time to get this power up, but you have to kill this enemy first, type thing. So it's almost you watch yourself play through the level and kind of see what you did right and what you missed and how you can go back and change that to maybe get a better run. And then at the end of that's a screen at the end of the entire level.
Yeah. I'm just playing some gameplay footage on the screen.
It will show you your stats basically. Like you completed this level in this time.
Is it kind of like
deaths.
what's that one Hotline Miami? Like at the end of those levels, they would show you like how well you did.
Yeah, kinda. And it's very like as you can see on the screen now, like when you kill somebody, it's very like bloody and like
it's brutal. This looks
yeah.
awesome. This looks fucking awesome, dude.
But it is really fun. You have like a dash, like it's all melee combat, so like you're like using a sword to kill people. You have like a little like hub, like you go back to your apartment and you sleep at night and you can like interact with certain things. There's like you have neighbors that are making noise and you can interact with them. You can go to your kitchen and like cook ramen. Like it's an interesting little like 2D I'm not like super far
wow.
into it, but what I've played,
man,
I really enjoy.
I'm looking at it's just like there's so much like tender like care went into this creating this game. It's
yeah,
so
see, like
beautiful.
that's your apartment. Your apartment's right there. Like at least on stream. I know
it's on
we're
Switch and PC. What do you have it on Switch?
I have it on PC.
I think I'm about to pick that up on the Switch so I can play it at work, dude.
A good Switch
man.
Game. I got it on a Steam sale a while back for pretty cheap. Like I think it's like normally $15.
Oh, that looks.
It's like a cheap game. But yeah, so I played that. I think that's like a really like interesting, fun little game. It's funny that you brought up Celeste because I bought Celeste on a Steam sale a while back, and I started another playthrough of that on PC. That game's fantastic. I recommend it to everybody. It's a really good
Celeste
platformer. Yeah, Celeste.
Yeah, I've heard great things about that game.
In my opinion, it's like you could put it up there with like it's like a top tier, like one of the best platformers I've ever played. Like the way that they laid
it's difficult
it out,
though, right? Like they made it's challenging.
Yeah, it's challenging, but like in a way, like almost like a Mario type of way, where it's like at the beginning of the game, you like have all of your like abilities, right? It's like you can run, you can jump, and you can grab, and you can dash, and like that's all you can do the entire game. And then like they add different things throughout each level that kind of let you do different varieties of those things. So, like sometimes you'll get a level that will have like kind of what Mike was saying in Doom, where like you get like dash, like extra dashes. So like you might have to do a level a certain way where like you hit that extra dash to get over to a certain part of the level or something. But like the main core game is just like, you know, jump, grab, dash. That's like the game. But like
that one like increases in difficulty too, doesn't it? Like don't you get B, C, and D sides or something like that?
Yeah, so like it's cool the way they do it where like so you have your objective of like you can complete the level, like you can just beat the level, but then you also have things you can collect. There's like cassettes, there's strawberries, and like so it's like if I want to beat the level and collect all the strawberries, it's going to be a little bit harder. If I want to try to get the strawberries and get the cassette, it's going to be really hard. And then if you get the cassette for the level, when you beat the game, you go back and that level, the cassette basically gives you like a like B side of that level, which is a lot harder in difficulty. Yeah. So it's a kind of rewarding to try and get everything as you're going through the levels. But that game's really good. It has a really good to me, like the story aspect of Celeste is like where it really differentiates.
Oh, sorry, you're talking about Celeste. I'm still looking at Katana Zero. Sorry.
Yeah, no, the story of Celeste is like fantastic. I think it's a very like hard thing, like what they talk about with like the story is like based around like mental health. And they do a really good job of doing that. And it's a platformer, which is weird. Like, I feel like most platformers don't really have stories, but this one ends up telling a really good story. And they do it in a way that includes the gameplay as well. So it's like a really unique game. I recommend that to everybody.
Have you been playing that? Or you just were talking about that because Mike brought it up?
No, I've been playing it on PC. Like,
oh, cool.
I got it in a Steam sale a while back. I've played it before. Like, I beat it on the Switch.
I did hear that one. What was it? 2018 that game came out, I want to say? 17 or 18?
2017. I think it came out.
Wait, 2018 was in the past? That seems like it was just like 2 days ago.
Whatever year God of War came out. I think that was 2018.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I want to say I heard that game come up at Game of the Year discussions.
Like
Like
honestly,
as a platformer, it was amazing to see
as-
it talked
at a
about.
story level, like I like God of War was my game of the year for 2018. But at a story level, like I feel like Celeste like rivals 2018 God of War for like story. Like the story that they tell in that game is like
Yeah,
10 out of 10. It's like it's really really good.
Nice.
And they touch on I think a subject that is hard to tell a good story in, which is like even more impressive, especially because it's a platformer. But
Yeah.
really, the other game that I've been playing that I've really wanted to get to
Staying
is,
on track.
Hypnospace Outlaw.
Oh, yeah. That one looks really interesting,
I
too.
started this game a while ago. I've been playing it, and I linked that. If you look in the doc, I put a link in there.
Okay.
This is just you can just play. It's like a 20-second loop that plays like 5 or 6 times or whatever.
Okay.
It is a song in the game, and this game is so good. Like I feel like both of you need to play it. It's really good, and the music
playing
is
it now. I'm playing it right now. Hold on.
it's like the best music in a game I think I've ever played.
This is amazing, dude. This really is.
We take the hot butter, mix it with the ice cream, freeze it up,
So
cool,
good.
you can see it on your screen. Put it in your microwave, make it real hot like a soup. Or
This should have been the intro music.
Oh my god. It's
Way to
about to
bury
be-
the lead.
It's about to be next time.
It's so good. This video it'll just keep looping it. But like this game is really like special in its own right. Like I feel like it's a weird like it's a point and click thing. There's like not a bunch going on like mechanically. You're just like searching words and trying to like put stuff together. But the music is like
Bro, I could listen to this for the rest of my life.
Freeze it up, cool, you
So
can see
good.
it on your screen.
and
Put it in your
like
microwave, make it
this
real
is
hot
just
like a soup
one
or a
like
dip. We call it
small
heat and dip.
sub website that you go to in the game, and like there is probably like 30 to 40 of this quality of music in the game. It is
We
so
take the
good.
hot butter,
Like the
mix it
music
with the
is
ice
just
cream,
like
freeze it up, cool, you can
ridiculous.
see it
Like
on your
it's
screen.
and it's
He
like
said
it's
take the hot butter, mix it with the ice cream. You could freeze it up cool. You can
I
see
think
it
it's
on
like
your
one
screen.
guy, like it's like one dude who like made the game or
Put it
something.
in your
Like,
microwave,
I don't
make
know.
it real
That
hot like
game
a
is
soup or a
fantastic.
dip.
I
We call it heat
fully
and zip.
recommend it. I haven't even beat it yet. It is really good, and that song is just it stuck with me. I'm like I gotta play this on stream somehow.
Granny Cream's hot butter ice cream. Dude,
But, yeah,
I'm leaving that up because that's how we're closing the show tonight.
yeah.
There's no way I'm not listening to that again tonight. Is that what
Yeah.
you've been playing? I gotta get this game, man. If it's got music
Yeah.
like that in it,
Dude, it's
yo,
so
you,
good.
Pop,
This game is
I-
so good.
I respect you for putting that in the show tonight. You just made the whole show. Thank you.
Yeah,
See,
that-
Pop's been coming through clutch.
That is so good. But yeah, like that's mainly what I've been playing. I've also been playing Block Post, which is a free like
Damn, this dude's
Minecraft
been playing some
CS:GO.
shit.
Yeah, I've been playing some stuff. Block Post is like a free like basically like first person shooter, but it's like Minecraft. So there's like blocks. It's like
Minecraftian.
it looks like Minecraft, but it plays like CS:GO.
Keep going.
Like in the slow paced, like very accurate, like you get a gun and like I put my reticle right there and I have to hit my shot. Like the gun mechanics are very accurate, but
What's it called?
it's called Block Post. It's on Steam. It's free.
Huh.
And there's like a building mechanic, kind of like Fortnite, but like it's more like Minecraft because you just get blocks and you can like, build staircases and stuff to get to different parts of the level. But like, it's
I was
just a
gonna say.
fun little free like
Yeah.
shooter that like me and my friends have been playing. That's been fun to like mess around with. It's
Huh.
just like CS:GO, where like basically they give you 2 guns for free, and then you have to buy cases to like unlock guns. But like the cases are like 25 cents, so it's like okay, like I'll throw like I had $2.50 in my Steam account, so like I spent that on like cases for the game to
Right.
get some extra guns. But yeah, that game's been super fun. It's
What's
like
it
a
called?
little free to Block Post.
And how do you get that?
It's on Steam. Like I think there's only like Russian and EU servers. Like
Okay, I'm not gonna
It's-
play
it's a
footage of
very-
that. It looks
Yeah,
stupid
yeah,
as
yeah.
hell. I hate it.
yeah, it's a very it's a very like indie like
No,
Just a free.
I'm
like,
sure it's fun.
shooter
Is it
game,
fun?
But it's fun. Yeah, it's really fun.
That's cool.
So,
That's what you've been
what have
playing.
you been playing,
What
Mark?
have I been playing? I'll tell you what. I got the credits to roll on 2 games.
Okay.
One this morning and one last night.
Oh shit!
Technically, they were both this morning, but you know what I mean. One after I went to sleep
Yeah.
today. But before I get to those 2, I've been playing The Last of Us.
Ooh.
And I was kind of like with a sense of urgency to finish it. But we'll talk
No more.
later on about why that's not an issue.
Yeah.
Everybody knows.
I'm honestly
Must-
really glad that I have the time now. Though.
Yeah, Mustaine in the chat brought it up. He thought he missed it, but no, we didn't talk about The Last of Us 2 getting delayed. We will talk about that later,
getting
I'm
there.
sure.
We're getting there.
Just take it easy, all right? Everybody just fucking calm down. We'll get there. I got the credits to roll on the original Crash Bandicoot. Ta-da!
Very
We
nice.
need that sound effect. It was, hey man, and my retro topic for this week, I went ahead and picked it, is to do a kind of a deep dive on Crash Bandicoot if we can,
Yeah.
if we have the time. The links that I shared were the Naughty Dog 30th anniversary where they talk about it for like 10 minutes.
Yep.
It's just part of their, it's a big part of their history. And then Andy Gavin? Yeah, Andy Gavin, his name. Talking about some really cool shit that I want to get into when we pick it apart later. So, but yeah, I fucking finished one of the more challenging platformers on the PS1. I'm gonna say that was really hard.
Right.
And it's not, I don't know. You look at it and it's like, it's really not as pretty as Donkey Kong Country, right? But it is a little more versatile. I love looking at all the different places that they drew inspiration from when they made that game. It's a good one. Like, I played it as a kid so much, never could beat it because it was so fucking hard,
Yep.
And I would rage quit. Just like, fuck this, and play Gran Turismo. That was always how it went down. It's like, I'll just do like an endurance race and get 100,000 credits and then buy some dope-ass cars.
Yeah.
That was always like back in the day. But no, I fucking finally finished Crash Bandicoot. And I'll be honest, I did one boss I looked up, like, what do you do to beat this guy? But I'm sure if I just had the patience to sit and try, I would have figured out you jump on these little blob things. I'll talk all about it later when we talk about Crash.
Right.
If we make it there. I know it's... Shit, my watch is about to die.
Okay, so original Crash Bandicoot was one.
Yeah. The other one was Everybody's Golf for PS4.
Oh, very nice.
So the highest rank that you can get when you're just playing through, like, the way that Everybody's Golf works is you play events, and each event that you finish, depending on where you place, will give you XP. And
Right.
when you fill the XP bar, then a new challenger becomes available. And you play these challengers, and that's how you build up your rank. And when you get to rank 6, that's the highest rank in the game. Well, no, not in the game, but in the story. Like, whatever you want to call it, the campaign.
Right.
So when you beat the final guy of rank 6, then he tells you about, like, the special rank, which you can go do at your leisure, where you can use custom clubs, and you can, like, have a club that's, like, great at hitting distance and backspin, or you could have one that's great at approach and control. You know what I mean? Like, you could customize the clubs. It, like, opens up this whole new aspect of it. But I beat this dude, and then he says all that spiel about the special cup, and then the credits start rolling. I'm like, this game has credits?
Oh, shit.
So I beat Everybody's Golf, finally.
Nice.
I said I beat Everybody's Golf. Pop. That was the other one that I finished. It was Crash Bandicoot and Everybody's Golf.
I really want to do Everybody's Golf VR.
Yeah, me too. That's coming up.
bad.
That's coming to a fucking theater near you, aka my house, soon.
Dude, let me know.
Hey, man.
I got PSVR.
Oh, shit. Can you do, like, link up in VR and then go play?
I've never I don't know anything about it, but I'm assuming so. It would be super disappointing if you couldn't do that.
I want to play that drunken bar fight game, that drunken bar fight VR shit.
That looks hilarious.
So yeah, I've been playing The Last of Us. I'm playing on Grounded like I always do. Still never finished it on Grounded. We'll see what happens. Beat Crash Bandicoot. Here's the fucked up part. I was streaming last night, and I actually got it on stream when I beat Crash Bandicoot. I gotta go clip that.
Nice.
But I instantly just put in Crash Bandicoot 2 and started playing that one. And it's crazy how much the graphics and the frame rate improved from the first to the second one. It's way smoother, and he added a ground pound and a slide, and you can crawl. So I get through 4 levels of the second game, and then I quit without saving and lost all of it.
Damn. Well, that means this is your opportunity. Do you really want to go to?
What, Crash Bandicoot 2, Cortex Strikes Back?
Yeah.
Yeah, because they improved the gameplay so much, and actually they made it a little easier, it seems, to be, if I'm being completely honest, or maybe just improving the controls the way that they did. It's such a noticeable difference. It's the second one is way better at how it feels. I don't know if it's a better game yet because, like I said, it seems like they nerfed the shit out of the whole game.
Right.
I think playing the remaster.
See, and that's what I wanted to get to, is that I kind of want to get through the second one now before I play I was just I'm gonna beat the first one and then I'll get the remaster and play all 3 of those, the remastered versions. But now that I'm playing the second one, and it's so charming that it's the PS1 graphics, and it's wow, this looks way better than the first game. How'd they do that?
Yeah.
It's incredible how they did that.
What I was gonna say is playing through those 3. I didn't beat all 3 of them, but I played through chunks of the 3 for the remastered, and it's kind of what I remember it being. Where the first one I feel is the most iconic. You remember the levels from the first one and all of that stuff. But I think 2 is a better game than 1, and 3 is a better game than 2 and 1. Where it's there's definitely a progression there where I think 2 is just a better game and 3 is an even better game. But 1 has those iconic levels that you 1 is the one that people remember.
But you're talking about on the remastered version.
Yeah, but even just playing the remastered version and then remembering the old versions, it's the same thing. Because they kind of all blend together. Where it's before playing the remaster, it's I couldn't tell you what level was in 1 and 2 or 2 and 3. They kind of just mesh together. Where going back, it's oh yeah, there's driving sections in 3. Those are really, really good.
To be honest, I the whole time I was playing through 1, I was I've never played 2. I don't know what Crash Bandicoot 2 even looks like. And then, as I started playing 2 last night, I realized I knew the earlier levels of 2. Apparently, I had played it at some point. I knew those levels better than I knew some of the later levels in the first one.
Yeah.
But now that I beat the first one, I think when I play the remastered one, which is coming up, I'll be able to smash through that because they say the controls are identical. The game.
The controls are identical, yeah. They're pretty similar. I heard that with the first game in particular, some of the hitboxes for platforms in the remastered version are a little bit smaller than the original. Okay. Because of something that they had to do with character size and stuff like that. But so maybe the remastered version of the first one is a little harder, but with the controls being better, I think it probably be overall easier.
Yo, here's I think that's a good point. That's what I've been playing. We're about to do the rapid fire news. We've been at it for almost an hour already, so that was a little long. But I'm feeling good. Are you guys feeling all right? Are you ready to?
I'm
keep
great.
Going? All right, I'm gonna put it on the pause screen for 1 second, take a bathroom break or whatever if you need it, because that's what I'm going to do, and we'll be right back. Right?
I
It's family of my friends, yeah. All I got, is family of my friends, yeah. It's family of my friends, yeah. Me and this mirror have grown a bond with each other, only to see if there's more to discover. Melting my eyes or yours just to see if it's butter. I promise I'll get you higher. We can start with the flutters. Anything to get us ready, yeah. Subtle changes, there's gonna be improvements, man. I'm telling ya, I swear I see the future. For some niggas, it won't suit ya, so you better think of something before karma come and shoot ya. Yeah. Whoever said it was cool to be cold-hearted? Who got back up from the falls before the snow even started? I make sure that I'm the one, always being smarter, cause I ain't getting caught up with niggas acting retarded. Surviving off of the water with bitches I thought was flawless, but all I saw was this gorgeous devil that threw me several pleasures to my mental. Forgetting it was just rental, that's why I've been so central. Flipping outside my ventral, nobody could tell me nothing. Fuck you niggas, I'm hunting. Don't be doubting and rushing. My brother, I'm gonna be stunting. Could be talking about my goons, I'm not. Got some jewelry to drop. Stone cold stunner from the very top. Hit the bottom with some knowledge for your pops. Let it drop now. Makes you wonder, is he good enough to hit it like some thunder, or press that hitting button that make us go undercover? No questions, please, no questions asked. Got your head spinning like a broken bobblehead ass. Made an unspoken promise to my mama, hear that? So I ain't ever going back to the way I say that. Broken shit don't never get fixed, let's repair that. And I'ma give the beat a moment just to get some air back. Let me make it clear that FTS be the force of the strength that got me giving open necks. If you say it incorrect, man.
All right, we're back.
welcome back. Oh, Mike's muted.
How'd you do?
There we go.
Hey.
All right. So now we're gonna move on to the next segment, which we've been doing pretty concurrently, is the rapid fire news, where we take some not so headline worthy news articles and see if we can blast through our opinions on them in 2 minutes. So without further dudes, ready? You guys take a look at any of this shit yet?
I did.
Okay, here we go. First one, 2 minutes on the clock. We're talking about Snaky Bus being released for PS4, but this is the first time that I'm ever hearing about this game. It looks like it was on the PC. It's kind of like the game Snake, but you're driving a bus in 3D space, and you have to drive the bus around. It looks like as long as you possibly can until you either hit something or hit yourself, and it looks like a lot of fun.
It looks crazy.
It looks awesome, and I'm gonna put it up on the media screen. But if you guys got anything you want to say about any of it,
I watched the trailer that you're about to show,
Yes.
and then it rolled into like gameplay of it.
okay.
And it looks like there's also like missions and stuff where you have to pick up people and drop them off at certain locations while maintaining speed and things. Like it looks like it's like a full-fledged like it's not just
simultaneously
this. Like
a bus simulator and a game of Snake.
But is it when you're doing wall rides off of like cafes and stuff? But this cell shaded, crazy looking, this is just wild. It looks like so much fun, and if you could play this with a steering wheel, I'm in 100%.
That would be so nuts.
Oh man,
The steering wheel, and then they get the VR.
oh my god,
DLC later.
And you clean the puke off your carpet.
Yes, I'm in for this. Totally.
So there it is. I mean, I guess this was a good one for rapid fire news. It popped up on my Google News feed, and I knew I had to include that because it. Hey, we got 15 seconds left, and we made it through. You guys want to just go to the next one?
All right.
I got nothing left to say about Snaky Bus. I think I want to pick it up.
I mean, yeah, it looks great.
same.
You guys gonna get it on the PC or the PS4? 5, 4, 3.
It seems like a controller
Probably PC.
game. So
Ding. Okay, next one. The Half-Life Alex, the teacher who teaches the math class within Half-Life Alex because of social distancing requirements. Did you guys watch this?
I think
did,
this is
yeah.
super cool.
Yeah, me too.
This is like taking a thing that no one expects you to use and using it in a
I'm just gonna pop that up on the screen
it's
too.
just like
Yeah.
it's I mean
Guess really what the guy does,
any-
the math teacher takes he teaches math class in a virtual reality world,
Right,
And then sends
which I
it-
think is great.
sends
like-
the link to his students.
That's the best way that you could probably be doing this in this kind of situation. It's just really cool that they used Half-Life Alex to do it. Like I feel like any one of those little VR hangout areas where you could write things would lead to a suitable classroom condition, right?
VR chat is the
Yeah.
new fucking school
Right.
system.
I'm just saying, like, I mean, Half-Life is really funny to like see it do that. But hey, man, I'm glad. It's neat that he's able to do it, and if it works,
Yeah, it's pretty sick. Like creative day. I saw like other like it. So I actually didn't see this one until like I checked the doc, but like I saw another one where somebody had done one in they did one in Dreams on the PS4 where they like were using that to like basically they had like built a classroom and they had a whiteboard and it was like a science setting and they were using like beakers that they had made in Dreams. It was really cool. So yeah, like it's super fun to see like how creative people can get with stuff like this.
right. It's just too bad that it's not practical for everyone to be able to do it,
Yeah.
because that would be the ideal thing.
Mm-hmm. Definitely.
You're muted.
Yeah.
That was
Yeah.
time. My bad.
Oh, right on time. Perfect. Nailed it.
Next
One's not for you anyway.
Yeah,
so.
Animal Crossing
Yeah.
dominates sales. Go.
So I linked this one, which is just an update to the like first set of articles that came out. So I think this is only Japan physical numbers, which it's also come out that like Japan is struggling to actually get out physical copies of the game. So I think these numbers are even skewed a little bit because of that.
Okay.
But basically, like, it's the best-selling in Japan. It's the best-selling Nintendo Switch game after its first week, which is technically only Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
Wow,
So
by
in-
amazing numbers.
In
Yeah.
3 days, it sold 1.8 million physical copies in Japan. And then, since then it's done another 727,000. They also said that if you were to include digital sales, Animal Crossing New Horizons in Japan would be the best-selling Nintendo game in Japan ever on any console for the opening week. Like
Wow.
it just came out and blew out everything.
That's starting to sound like
Um,
NFL style stats.
Yeah, like it's very weird because Nintendo doesn't release digital sales and it's only Japan, like none of the North American stuff has come out. Also, it's selling like the units, like the actual Switch consoles. I think the 3 days, like the Friday, Saturday, and Sunday that it came out, the Switch sold more than it has in any 3-day period since it came out. So even at launch.
I mean, those are some sexy Switches, though.
Yeah, so like it's just this game, like
cool.
everybody wants it. Everybody's buying it. People are going out and buying Switches for it, which is great for me, who's been a longtime fan, because this just means that I'm going to get more Animal Crossing content because it's being
It's going to
so
reinforce
so
it to
supported.
Nintendo. Yeah,
All right.
it's great.
3,
It's a perfect
2,
time for this
1.
game because of the quarantines.
Ding.
Yeah.
So this is Mario shit.
Yeah, so like I still don't know, like I haven't seen anything that's been like super convincing that like this stuff's true. Like this broke on April Fool's Day.
Oh.
which was very sketchy.
Yeah.
But like so many different big companies reported on it that it made it seem like it wasn't an April Fool's joke, and they're still reporting on it afterwards. Like this article that I linked was April 3rd.
Yeah.
But the rumor is that for Mario's 35th anniversary, which is this year, they are going to release a bundle, which would be a Super Mario 64 remaster, a Super Mario Sunshine remaster, and a Super Mario Galaxy remaster all together
This
in
is
one bundle.
3D World as well.
So 3D World is a separate thing. 3D World, it's like a enhanced version of 3D World is also going to be released, and then also a new Paper Mario game. So there's going to be like 3 different Mario games that come out.
It's the year of Mario for the 35th
which I can definitely
anniversary.
see because they did the Year of Luigi thing like a couple years ago, so it's like that would make sense. And also Nintendo has nothing announced for the rest of the year, so like this would make sense to fill out some of that like time.
Definitely would.
But yeah, like I'd be totally down for a new like give me Super Mario 64 Sunshine and Galaxy on the Switch. Like that sounds great.
Didn't they release a cool Mario Anniversary Collector's Edition on the Wii, the original Wii? It was like 25 years maybe, and I think it was just like basically Super Mario All Stars.
Yes, yeah, I think that they did.
Yeah.
It was Super Mario All Stars and
remix or
no. That was 30. That was the 30th anniversary. Yeah. It was like 100 different remixed levels or something.
Yeah.
It's just paving the way for Super Mario Maker. That's 3, 2, 1, ding. Sorry, you fucked. I don't even know what the last one is.
Yeah, I added this one as well.
Modern Warfare 2 remaster.
Yeah, so Modern Warfare 2 campaign got a remaster. It dropped like a couple days ago. It was like rumored, then like gameplay came out before it was even announced. Like people were like showing off levels of the game, and then they just dropped it like here, Modern Warfare 2 remaster campaign on PS4. A month later, it comes to Xbox and PC. This is my favorite Call of Duty game, so like I'm very like even the campaign like I'm very attached to. It's a really good like story. It's super sketchy, especially them releasing it now. Like the opening dialogue from this game is like word for word like what you, like back then in 2008 it's like what you would think the military would become in worst case scenario, and then that's kind of what happened, where it's like the opening dialogue is like America doesn't sit one out, like we always get involved even when we're not supposed to. Like that's the opening dialogue for this game, and it's like it kind of rings like true now. Like I don't know, but I'm super excited for this. I'm definitely gonna pick it up. I think it's like $20 for the campaign.
Yeah, this is when I got into Call of Duty really hard, was with Modern Warfare 2.
Yeah, it looks pretty cool.
So
they did the like side by side comparison of like the PC version running at 4K versus the remaster on the PS4 Pro running at 4K, and it's like insane. Like it's not even close. So like I can't imagine getting it on PC, like what it's gonna look like.
Right.
They also added some like certain cutscenes and stuff. They came out and said that they wanted to do stuff back then, but they weren't able to because of the like console limitations.
Yeah.
And so they've added like there is some new content when it comes to like cutscenes and things like that, or like certain moments they let last a little bit longer to have more impact and things like that. So I'm super excited for it. I'm definitely going to.
Is that day one for you?
Yeah, it's $20. Like,
ding.
You also get some skins for Warzone, so probably. Yeah, you know me and my skins.
Oh yeah, that's what else I was playing. I finally tried Warzone.
Oh yeah,
that was all right.
Now we'd like to move on to a segment we like to call "Hey Limited Run, It's Me." Do we have any new news? Mike's been on this. Mike's got this whole saga going on with Limited Run and
thing.
Jay, what's his name?
Jay and Silly Bob.
Yeah, but Jason Mewes and
Kevin Smith.
Kevin Smith, that's right. Yes.
Yep.
Right.
Yep. Yeah. So latest news is, let's see, the last time that I was on the podcast. Okay, so I reached out to Limited Run again after you had put in explaining to this kind woman about how this isn't about trying to get my game sooner. It's about company transparency and not getting any answers.
That's right.
So I reached out in a couple more, perfectly fine tweets, totally friendly and all, just asking, hey, where's this game? Hey, instead of announcing this thing, how about some news on these other things? Like, hey, how about this? So finally I was like, you know what? They had put up a thing that was like, hey, this game is coming one day only. Check it out now. And then 2 days later, they put up a thing that said, last chance to finally get this thing, blah, 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 blah. Come find it on this page on our website. So I said, you know what? You can point me to on your website? It's where I can get my refund. Because I'm really sick and tired of being ignored and being delayed and not ever going to get the thing that I'm getting.
I do remember reading that.
Just point me to where I can find a refund. And of course, that got ignored.
Yeah, right, of course.
So I went onto the website and found where to put in a fresh desk complaint ticket or whatever the hell it is about your order.
Oh, I had to do that once. I hated it.
Oh, it was the worst. So I submitted this thing that was basically just saying, hey, look, I ordered this game. This game hasn't come out. I want to cancel my order. I'm sick and tired of waiting. You have my full name. That should be more than enough to find me. And 2 days later, I got an email from this woman that was like, hey, how's it going? What's going on? And I explained my whole situation where I was like, I've been reaching out on social media, asking for any kind of information about this game. And the only thing that anyone has ever said in the one response that I got was, check the shipping page. And I'm like,
okay.
Yeah, I did that, but...
Thanks, my feeble fucking little mind couldn't have figured that one out on my own.
Right. So I'm like, you're the second response I've ever even gotten from the company, and I ordered this game in September with every intention of giving it as a gift in December. And then when that didn't happen, I thought I could give it as a gift after seeing the person who was, the content creator for this game. Like, I could go see him for a couple $100 and have him sign it and make it a collector's item. But then that opportunity passed me by.
Right.
So I told her, both of these things that I, had every intention of doing with this game itself have been screwed over because you guys couldn't deliver the thing that you said you would. I said, so I'm tired of waiting. This game is coming out digitally in, less than 20 days now. So... I'm just going to get it there. I don't need your shitty physical cartridge because it's going to take forever to get to me. So
there it is.
She asked me, she said, the other response that you got online, do you have a screenshot of that? Can I see that? She was worried about the image that the company was putting out.
Yeah.
So when I sent it back to her with my response and what was going on and why I wanted my refund and everything like that, she emails me back later in the day and says, this tweet is completely acceptable by our standards, so I don't see what the complaint is there. I said, the complaint is that I've been constantly asking for information, and I got one response, and this is what it was. And I had already done that, months before. And so finally I get from this woman, she's like, yeah, okay, sure, no problem. We're going to cancel your order. We're going to get you a refund. And she's like, okay, but here's the problem. We already spent the money, so...
Wait a minute.
We can't refund it to your card.
Wait a minute.
Yeah.
This is the game? This is limited run?
This is limited run. They're essentially telling me they couldn't give me a refund back to my card because that money was already done, processed, and had moved on somewhere else completely. So even though it was for my game, it had already been moved into their account as a company, shuffled around, and used for other things, and was gone. So what they basically had to do was they had to cut me a check. They could not return the money to my card. They had to find another way of paying me.
So you're not getting the physical game anymore?
No, I'm not getting the game. I got a confirmed email from Limited Run canceling my order, but I have yet to receive my refund because she now told me we can't put it back to your card. We can do one of two things. We can give you a gift card, which I said, no, I'm never coming back here. So No fucking way.
Yeah.
Or we can send it to your PayPal.
Okay.
So I said, well, here's my email address. You have it. This is the one you're emailing right now. That's also the PayPal information.
Yeah.
Or you just go to paypal.me/this
Yep.
minus the @Yahoo, obviously.
Yep.
And that's it. Pay me.
Mm-hmm.
You owe me
Still nothing.
$60.58. Still nothing. She said, yes. With taxes and
$60 for a
everything.
goddamn Nintendo cartridge?
Yes.
That's the worst part about it right there.
No, the worst part is that it's ridiculous and I'm never ever going to fucking see the thing. People that have pre-ordered it, I feel bad for them. They'll probably see it by fall next year.
You should start tweeting at like Kevin Smith and be like, "Yo, man, I wanted this game, but I do not want it from this company. Can you get me a copy?"
Right.
Maybe he'll send you a signed copy.
Yo, it's
You should hit up. Kevin Smith.
I'm gonna have to go up the chain of command. It really sucks, but the
Hit
thing is like this game also comes as like one of the pre-order bonuses if you pre-order Jane Silent Bob's Chronic Blunt Punch, which is still in development. And I did, so I'm gonna get this game digitally, regardless.
I love that. That's the name of the game,
Isn't that great?
dude. It's 420 all month.
Yeah, I know. That's awesome. So, either way, I'm going to get this game. But now I'm at the point where Limited Run has officially canceled and not refunded my money. And told me that she would get back to me. So that last email I got from her was like Friday at like 11 a.m. or so. And then she said, PayPal refunds get refunded later in the day. In the afternoon, and after it was refunded, I'll send you an email before the end of the day here. And I got no email, and I got no refund.
I gotta tell you,
So now I'm like,
I have gotten every item that I've ever ordered from Limited Run, except for one. I'm still waiting for it, and it's Jack X Combat Racing Collector's Edition for PS4. But nobody else has it either, just like this game. So I'm just still patiently waiting for that one.
So I feel like everything you just described, Mike, is like even like I tried to do the same thing that you did of like getting a refund for something, and experience
from Limited Run.
Yeah. And my experience, I actually went to the website to see if I still had like the the exchange. Because I had to do the support ticket and everything.
Yep.
Like my response to all of that was like significantly worse than what you described, which is kind of crazy because like if you hear what you described, like that's pretty bad. And like they were literally like, "Oh no, we don't do refunds. The second you give us your money, we spend it on something else, and it's just gone. Like you don't have an option then. Like it's gone." Like,
it specifically says like on there that you can't get a
wait
refund
minute.
or something.
You both?
Especially if they actually ship it to you. If they actually ship you something, regardless of what kind of condition it shows up in, they don't care. They're done with you. That's what their thing says in their terms of service.
Yeah.
It says if you get a game and you don't like it, you can hear it has a loose disc before you ever open it or anything. We don't make extras, so you're not going to get another one. Don't ask us. Like
Yeah, they're cut like that's why I stopped. Like I pulled up I pulled up my account. I spent $380 on their site in 2 months, right? Like when I found out about them, I was like fully on board. I was like buying all the collector's editions I could for all the games that I was interested in. And then I tried to get Golf Story and I pre-ordered it in September and I didn't get it until May of 2000. I pre-ordered it in 2018.
And it's got an upside down trophy, right?
And I didn't get it until May of 2019.
Mm-hmm.
It had been so long that I forgot that I had even ordered it, and I bought it digitally because I wanted to play it.
Yeah.
And then so like I messaged them and I was like, "Hey, I want a refund." And then that's when they went into their refund policy and how it works, and it was like so atrocious that I was like, I don't care if you're making games that I'm not buying anything from you anymore.
Yeah.
Because it's literally, the refund policy is literally like, once we receive your money, we don't owe you anything at all.
Yep.
Like, we don't even owe you the game that you paid for. Like,
Oh.
once we receive your money, it is ours, and
Yeah,
we don't
that's
care.
it. There's
See,
no
Dude, I'm
like.
all right, hold on.
Now,
I'm gonna
that's
look up
where-
their return policy right now.
Yeah, that's where I would get somebody on the phone and be like, listen to me. I don't know if I'm talking to the boss or not, but when you tell me that I give you my money and you give me nothing and that's okay, you just tell me where you want to meet up and we'll fight for the money, because fuck you. I'm sorry,
pretty
that's a fightable offense. You're gonna keep my money? What are you, a bully? I'm kicking your ass.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I was told, like in that email interaction, I was told that, like, when you decide to make a purchase on their website, you're forfeiting your right, in the sense that you know that you may not get the game when you're supposed to. You may not get the game at all. They don't have to this is, since then they've changed the way they update. Like, back then they didn't have that shipping site where it was like, hasn't shipped. Like, they didn't have any of that.
Dude, that
Right,
site
so-
doesn't do anything anyway.
So
it's garbage.
back then it was literally just, I bought this. They said it's supposed to ship on a certain day, and then it didn't ship. And I'm seeing people on Twitter like getting their golf store, like, dude, look, I got mine. And I'm like, hey, I think I ordered that. And I go back and check, and I'm like, yeah. And a month passes by, 2 months passes by, and I still don't have it. And I'm like, hey, like, I pre-ordered this. I've seen people get it. I don't have it. I don't want it anymore. I bought it somewhere else, like, because I forgot about it because it's been so long. They're like, yeah, we can cancel it if you want, but like, you're not getting your money back. Like,
It seems like if you fuck with them on Twitter, they hold your game for longer. I feel like because I liked Mike's tweets, they're keeping my game.
That must be it, dude. That's gotta be it.
Well, I don't know. Like,
Yeah, it even said, like, I'm right on their freaking frequently asked questions page, right? And it says, like, even with their, like, this is supposed to sound like a proper, like, good business model and everything, and they're like, dude, how can I cancel my order? All sales are considered final. Any orders canceled on our end are due to breaking limits, use of bots, or other TOS violations, and will be subject to a 15% restocking fee. Dude, that's saying flat out, only we can cancel your game, and if we do, we're going to charge you 15% for it.
yeah, we'll
right
give
off
you
the
your
bat.
money back minus 15%.
Minus 15% for what? Because you decided to cancel it? Because, nobody else can cancel it,
Also-
only they can.
You could
Also-
couldn't you theoretically cancel every order and just make all this money and sell nothing?
Yeah, they could. They can make 15% of all the money.
What the fuck?
You just take orders for nothing and then cancel all the things. Say 15% restocking.
Well, that's, I don't know. I hear people like praise these guys, and I'm just like, yeah, you're doing a good service, but do it good.
Oh, it's awful.
see,
All
like,
right, let's do it.
I even like backed out of that. Like, I don't even know.
But Pop,
that they're
you
really
do have
doing-
Golf Story, right? With the upside down trophy.
Yeah, I got it 9 months after it said I was supposed to get it.
But it's
Yeah,
got the
that's
upside
quick.
down trophy,
Yeah,
and you never opened it?
no, it's sealed.
You should sell
I-
that fucking thing.
It's one of those things where, like, I don't even like. I
Bring
think I
it, bring it to
probably
a
could sell
con.
it for a shit ton of money, because, like, I don't think there's like any other ones out there that's like that. Like, it's super weird.
You know what you should do? You should sell that at a convention, but you should sell it the way you just sold it. Tell that story and
Yeah.
write it down and place it next to the fucking box and be like, this is what I went through to get this, and this is what they sent me, and if you want to own a piece of fucking bullshit history, you could get it right here, and then you could tell them, like, and here's the best part, if you buy this from me right now, you'll get it right now. You don't have to wait 9 months for it. If you
See,
want to
I-
wait 9 months for it, that costs $50 extra. I'll give you the real experience.
I actually thought about selling it. I had a guy come to my apartment, like, to buy some other stuff. Well, it was like when I was moving, and he came over, and I was selling him a few things, and he was looking at like other stuff that I really didn't want to sell, and he was like, "Hey, would you sell that? Would you sell that?" I'm like, "No, I'm good." And he pointed out that one, and he was like, "Dude, I'll give you like $500 for that."
What?
I was like, it's the first time that I realized, like, maybe this is worth a lot of money because it's fucked up. I had never thought. I just thought they fucked up. I was like, I got my trophy's upside down. But like, I'd already bought the game digitally, so I had no reason to open it. But then when he offered me that, I was like, maybe this is actually worth something.
Right. During the amiibo craze, you don't remember whenever there was a fucked up amiibo in the thing like that.
Oh man. Yep.
I don't know.
Yo, this just keeps getting me, man. I'm still reading this.
Yeah.
If you received an email stating you are banned or all your orders are being canceled, it is because of any number of reasons, such as creating multiple accounts, ordering in excess, treating an employee of limited run games with extreme disrespect, harassment, or threatening any one of us.
It says threatening any one of us.
Yeah, that's exactly what it says.
That sounds like it was written by a 14-year-old.
The very next line, right? Now, keep in mind, this is a business that wants to make money.
Yeah.
Okay. I have multiple people I wanted to buy a copy for that is over the limit. How do I get more copies? The short answer is you can't.
Well, I like that because really the only people who want more copies are scalpers. 'Cause nobody's putting their nuts on the line for getting a bunch of games for people. I'll be like, get your own damn game.
Man. Potentially, but like
It's
the
a
Jane Silent Bob
yeah,
game, they offered a 3-pack, and I thought about it to get one for me, you, and 40, and be like,
But it's
play
a moot,
this game.
It's a moot point because even if it is a good thing that they're doing by restricting people for that, you just named like 4 other things that are shitty. So
yeah.
It's negated.
My game came with a loose disc. Can I get a replacement? We don't ship out any games with loose discs, so if they arrived with a loose disc, it's due to how they were handled once we ship them out. Due to the limited nature of our games, we're not able to replace copies with loose discs. The good news is that PS4 games do not scratch without a lot of effort. Your disc is not damaged. Here's how to on how to fix loose discs in case you don't want to open the package.
This says right here that the law of total probability is the proposition that if a bunch of math is a finite or the point is they can't say with definitive like certainty that they ship all games without a loose disc or with no loose disc.
They do not ship any loose discs.
No, so they don't take responsibility.
Scientifically, you can't say that. No, that's fucking
they
false.
Never package things incorrectly ever.
Yeah, but what
they
do, so what they do is they don't take responsibility for any, like they don't physically ship anything.
Yeah,
it's like once like they hand they hand the like contract over to the person who's making the like trophy for Golf Story, like it's that company's responsibility to ship it, so they're not responsible for it.
Return and exchange policy. You can get a return or exchange within 30 days of delivery. Every request is looked at at a per case basis.
Hey.
However, it's not guaranteed.
Hey, we could do the limited run cast, but I say fuck them, man. I don't even want to say fuck them. Like I'm sure if we got in a room with the guys who started limited run, it would be like a kick-ass conversation.
Shit talk fest?
No, I think
that's what I would give them.
I know you would, and I think
fuck your business, bro.
Like I just sat here and talked about how much I love Celeste, and like it like I think that game is. They had Celeste for like not even like one of those like you have to be on our site at 10 a.m. to get it. They had it up for pre-order for 2 weeks, and I refused. Like that is a game that I would love to own physically, and I refused to do it because of how like terrible of a like company.
I will never, regardless of the game, I will never buy anything from them.
Yeah.
I haven't even.
They ruined it.
I mean, I get the emails from them still, and I haven't seen anything that I wanted anyway. But I'm actually. I didn't think I would get to this point, but I'm at a point where it's really not like the way that it was. Like, if I buy a game these days, it's got to be something super fucking awesome, like a Mr. Mosquito. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like that was one of my most favorite purchases as a game collector, and I finished that game live on this fucking right here stream, man. That was like the killer app of 2019 for me. Can we stop talking about limited run? We actually have real topics to discuss at an hour and a half. With this, we're not bad. We're not nice. Yeah. Let's talk about some game delays. The Last of Us and Iron Man VR have been delayed, and that was announced, I think, April 2nd, and everybody was like, yo, this is an April Fool's joke. I was like, no. I think they knew on April 1st, and they just waited to tell you on April 2nd. I'm not mad. A lot of people, I don't even want to go on Instagram and read the comments for people who are mad about it. I can only
imagine.
Because it's not even Naughty Dog doing it. It's Sony. Sony is doing that. Sony said we're not gonna let The Last of Us 2 be released during, like, I mean, it's kind of, how crazy is it that the game is about a fucking pandemic that spreads? Like,
is that what it is, that they don't want such a relatable topic? I heard that it was that they couldn't make the physical copies.
Yeah, I think about like shipping, printing, and like making the physical copies, and also getting it out to all regions at the same time.
Yeah,
like,
but if we're being realistic, it's a little bit from column A and a little bit from column B, right? I mean, who wants?
I mean, I don't think that people would be that worried.
Not the hardcore fans, not you and me, even not gamers, but people who. Think about it.
Snowflakes.
Think about it. They have to when they release a game, think about people who have never heard of it too. Like, not everybody listens to gaming podcasts or is so affluent in what's going on. Like, I love video games. It's a big part of my life, actually. And I don't know shit about what's going on. I don't know half the shit that any of the real podcasts, these guys who are in it to win it. Can recite this information. I mean, but we're all like in the know, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think when you're trying to get somebody, but then again, it could work to your advantage almost. Like, play this game that's also about a pandemic, but that might scare the shit out of people too. Who knows?
Also, like, if you take, like, I feel like at the same token of like saying that like we wouldn't care because we're fans, I also feel like you have to take that same approach of like most people would just look at this as like it's a zombie game.
Yeah.
I feel like you had to have watched the documentary and hear them talk about how they came up with the, like, they don't really go into the game.
Well, I played the game before I played or before I watched the documentary about it, and when they started talking about how the spores would take over the person's brain in The Last of Us, the first thing I thought of was the cordyceps fungus from Planet Earth, and then they referenced that in the documentary. I was like, yo, fucking called that shit. I mean, I didn't call it, they called it, and they presented it that way. But I feel like if you have a mind, like, I love nature documentaries, so for sure I've seen Planet Earth. You know what I mean?
It is like oddly like strange though. Like, I was gonna bring it up when we were talking about it earlier, but I just never had an opportunity to. Like, it is weird, like, watching that documentary of like how they made The Last of Us. Like, it is like really strange how like kind of like point for point it is like similar to what is going on now.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Like, society like shut down, and then like nature took over, and it was like really immediate, and it's like, oh, like, people have to stay inside, and all of a sudden dolphins are showing up in like rivers they haven't been in like 30 years. Like, it's just like weird how like one-to-one it is.
Well, it just goes to show you that they did their research. And they applied it like realistically. The only thing that wasn't realistic was that somehow this 14-year-old girl, who later in the game, spoiler alert, is pretty decent at aiming and shooting a rifle, doesn't know how to swim.
Bullshit, dude.
I hope she knows how to swim in the first fucking and then the second fucking game. That's all I keep thinking about. Is like,
I
can she
feel like
swim?
they have to. They like that's like I feel like one of the
I
biggest.
bet you.
complaints
I
about
bet
the
you.
first game.
No, I bet you.
There's gonna be
she's
like a joke or something. Like,
No,
they're
she's
gonna
gonna
reference it.
She's gonna swim, but when she's swimming, it's not gonna be like easy.
Yeah.
It's gonna be like she's struggling. She's gonna be a terrible swimmer.
The slowest swim speed.
Oh man,
Highest
deliberately.
probability of drowning.
So, I think
Order health.
it's not that. There's not really a whole lot to say. We could go into the speculation without knowing any inside information if Naughty Dog is saying that Sony is delaying the game so that they can continue to work and crunch on the end of this game. Like, we could make all these assumptions, but I think the more interesting and bigger conversation is the possibility, regardless of what media outlets are saying right now, is your opinion on what if consoles that are slated to be out this holiday season, based off of manufacturing issues and people being out of work and what's considered an essential business. Like, do you think we're going to see console delays? I think there's a possibility.
I do.
I think there's a possibility. I think
I do.
So it is like really weird though, because like so the company that I'm working for has like multiple like manufacturing locations in China, which is where like most of like your
China.
yeah
China
where like most of your like components for this type of stuff's coming from.
comes
and,
from
like,
China.
It did slow down, but like it's almost like they're almost at like 100%. Jesus. They're almost at 100% capacity like now.
Yeah.
So like I don't think I think maybe you see a number in units lowered at launch, but like I don't think the console itself is getting delayed.
But
Like,
we
I
don't
think
even
they'll come
have
out-
But do
have
they-
release dates. So how could something
like,
that doesn't
both-
have a release date get delayed? But they're saying holiday.
Yeah, but
Right.
both came out and reconfirmed holiday. So like I think they're coming out this year. I just think maybe like it's a hey, instead of 5 million PS5 units in the US day one, it's 1 million or something like that. Like I think you could see that, but like I think they're still hitting that holiday.
Is that a good idea though, or should they just wait and like do a Switch like March drop?
But see, I almost feel like
And
you can't
get
wait
all
because
the units out.
Go direct
Because
with
you're like-
Nintendo when they release their Switch Pro.
I mean, I would argue the same thing, that they can't wait, but at the same time, like everything's getting delayed. Like everything's gonna get shut down because if you can't even get a game out there, plastic shell, a piece of art, and a disc. Like if you
Yeah.
can't get that out the door, there's no way you're gonna have enough consoles to keep people happy.
No, I agree. I just feel like it's like think about all the games that like haven't been announced yet because they're going to be a PlayStation 5, Xbox Series 97 or whatever the fuck it's called.
Yeah,
Dude.
But I
Why,
feel like
why can't they just call it an easy thing? Xbox Series X.
yeah.
Why?
Xbox Series, Xbox.
Dude.
That's what.
So
it's
like I feel like them not having it come out like jeopardizes so much more than just like them, like the two companies. Like it's so much bigger than Microsoft and Sony, because then it's like, well, all those Ubisoft games that are being held and all those like all of that shit, like it's like a ripple down effect where I feel like it's like too much of an impact for them not to, even if it's not in the best circumstance or the most like frugal way for them to do it. I feel like it still has to happen almost.
Right.
Like
but-
it's like fucking whoever's in charge of Apple right now like has already said like,
Tim
hey,
Cook?
production on the new iPhone's going right. Like, does that mean like people are going to go out and spend $1,200 on the new iPhone when it gets announced in September?
Yes.
Well,
Like maybe there are some people, but like not as many. But it's like
I have
it's
to get
still
my
like
check from China.
I'm buying
the amount
7 PS5s and selling them for $2,000 a piece.
right.
That's what
I
I'm
don't
gonna do.
I will say, like, to go back though on your point, like Jason Schreier, who's like I feel like a really good like reporter, said that he's got reports from multiple devs that work with Naughty Dog that says like the game's like almost done and that it was like by far like ready for a May release, and that this is like the delay isn't because like they're not saying that the delay is because the game's not ready and they needed more time, and they're using this as an excuse. It's like, no, like the delay is really because like we can't ship the game because of physical copies and stuff. The game's done. And then like what I put there as a little side note, I don't know that I want to get too much into, but like, so the game's like already out there for some people, apparently. Like, people have their hands on the game.
The
even
Last
if it's
of Us
not, like,
2?
Yeah, even if it's not the final version, because like the second this got announced that the game was being delayed, like immediately somebody went to YouTube and just uploaded like a 5-minute clip of the game. Just like an unseen, like nobody, like he has the game and uploaded like a part of it to the internet.
Is that when was that? When did that happen?
That happened like I think Thursday night, I believe. It was like the same day that they announced the delays. Like I think they announced the delays Thursday morning, and this happened Thursday night. And it actually stayed up like a surprisingly long amount. Like I think the video got like, when I clicked on it, the video had like 2,000 views, and it was up for like a solid like.
Wait, so it's been taken down?
Yeah, it's been taken down now. So like that basically confirms that like, and like Sony's also copy striking any channels that like were like making videos on it. So like they're confirming like that is the game. Like it's not like fake. Like they wouldn't do it if it was fake. But
this article has spoilers, so I'm not gonna read any of it because I don't want to know.
Yeah.
But it said the videos were uploaded by a leaker going by the name COVID-19.
I was gonna say, I was like, I thought I didn't send a link because of spoilers.
No, you didn't. I just found it myself, but
yeah,
I'm not.
I watched the clip. Like I watched the clip. It was like definitely like an early like that's not the final game. Like there was clear like, oh, like a character just like double loaded in. Like clearly that's not the final product, but like that person definitely had a version of the game. It wasn't like anything crazy. Like even if you did get spoiled on it, it's not going to ruin anything. There's like one moment that they show that it's like, okay, like, hey, if I didn't see that, that would have been a cool surprise. But like, I could have also guessed that was going to be in the game. But like, other than that, it's literally just like weird, like glitchy walking around. You know, like it's nothing like crazy, but like it is The Last of Us 2. Like.
So it's pretty crazy. But yeah, you know, I think when we're talking about the consoles, it's such a weird time for everything right now. Like when you got people scalping hand sanitizer, like it's only... Yeah, so... Mike.
The worst.
Yeah. What the hell was that? What are you playing? Tiger Electronic handheld games?
Dude. No, that's my phone.
Dang.
Can I just... Hold on. Can I just take like a real quick side note here?
Side note.
Because Mark said Tiger. Have you guys watched Tiger King?
I don't want to watch anything that has to do with animal abuse.
There's nothing. There's other than like tigers being in captivity.
No, they're being exploited
which
for
is
money.
An actual thing,
right?
Like
people pay to come look at them.
Yeah, but like that's every zoo in the entire U.S. Right?
I hate every zoo in the U.S.
I think zoos, bro.
That documentary is, if anything,
World.
It's extremely interesting in the fact that like you get like a little insight into like how crazy the people that own these things are, like own these zoos and shit.
Yeah,
like
fuck them. I
hate them. Like if anything, I think it brings like awareness to like we should take animals away from these people.
Yeah,
they're
I don't need to watch the damn documentary because the memes are taking over my life.
But documentary, it's because the documentary is like, it's the best thing ever. Like I watched it a week ago and I can't it's the only thing I can think about.
All right, I'm gonna watch it.
It's really really good. It's like 7 hours long.
Oh, I'm gonna watch that stupid shit. Probably tomorrow.
But also, it's mainly not about like the tigers.
I know
or anything. It's about the people that
Carol fucking Baskin, right? I know.
Yeah, she lives like 30 minutes away from me, which is wild. Like I could go to the place. Like she's in Tampa. Like it's crazy. Like definitely Oh, yeah, okay, yeah. Just watch it. She's definitely a prostitute. She tells her origin story about how she met
took
her
a while,
first
sir.
husband, and she's like, "I was just walking down Nebraska Avenue. It's like at 3:00 in the morning." It's like, "Yeah, you're a prostitute. Like that's what they do. Like there's no other. You don't walk down Nebraska Avenue at 3 in the morning unless you're a prostitute." Like
Oh,
they
really?
just glazed over that. I was like, dude. I was like, I've seen those people before. Like I know. Crazy.
Wow. Okay.
That's great. What's the next topic?
Definitely watch that game.
Nebraska Avenue.
Nebraska Avenue, known for
This-
the fucking hookers.
I have this
And
topic
cokeheads.
from when we were supposed to do a broadcast last week. This CNET article says that lots of people are playing video games during coronavirus lockdowns. This was from March 30th, so it was
Right at the beginning of the lockdowns.
Actually, this was only 6 days ago. 7 days ago. But I just thought it was funny. It's like, no shit. People are stuck in their house and they're playing more video games. Weird. But you gotta,
That's what I would do.
You know, when you look at the stock market and how it's kind of shit right now,
Yep.
and then you look at the video game industry, more specifically digital downloads. It was kind of inevitable that this would happen.
I bought Animal Crossing Digital, which should say a lot.
That does say a lot because I even bought it physically.
You know what
I
I'm gonna
don't buy anything digital, but I bought that shit.
You know what I'm gonna buy? Digitally,
Animal
probably.
Crossing?
No,
Last of Us 2?
Final Fantasy 7 remake.
Is that still
Oh.
coming? Or did that get
Yeah.
delayed too?
Nope, that's
No,
coming.
They actually shipped it
Ah.
early. Like people have it.
That's
Wow.
that's released in 5 days.
They came out and said like because we're trying to get it to everybody on time, we're gonna start shipping it now, so you might get it early. Like please don't spoil it for everyone.
Yeah.
Which is a weird thing to say because it's like, please don't spoil this game that came out a really long time ago.
It came out
Like-
20 years ago.
Yeah, but yeah, that is funny. But they're I feel like they're respecting it because if you look on Twitch, people are only playing the demo.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I wouldn't care if that game got spoiled because they're saying it's as long
20
as a
years old.
regular Final Fantasy game. It's like an 80-hour game. How much can you spoil in 2 minutes?
Yeah.
All the new stuff, probably.
What we
Okay.
were saying? Oh,
But you wouldn't have any context, so
yeah.
No, I don't.
no. But even
found-
I wouldn't if it's new and it wasn't in the original game. I'm like, where the
Well,
fuck-
right.
where was this? I don't know what that is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm excited for that. I can't wait.
Um,
But you know this.
on the
go ahead.
video game like playing stuff, I thought it was funny because it was like I saw somebody do a comparison. It's like 4 years ago, the World Health Organization put out an article about how like video games are terrible and like they're super addicting and like
They
you
are.
shouldn't play them because. And then it was like World Health Organization puts out an article a week ago. It's like everybody should stay at home and play video games because they're really good for your mental health. It's like, dude, like what?
That's right. Can we get that in writing, please? Yeah.
That's funny.
Jesus.
This next one that we have here, Ryan Reynolds is in talks of playing Dirk the Daring from the 80s video game Dragon's Lair. Which I feel like Ryan Reynolds is a great actor and can play anybody.
Right. He is, and he's pretty adaptable to these roles, or will at least bring that same Ryan Reynolds quirk that he brings to all his other things seem to
But
work well.
This to me is no different than taking like a Disney movie and making a live action version of it.
Right. Which, again, brings me back to the same question that I have with all the Disney live action remakes.
Who asked for this?
Yeah, do we need this?
Yeah, no.
Like, the original version was good enough on its own.
The
like, do we
Lion
really
King?
need to do it again?
The Lion King was so good, and then the live action version was so mediocre. It was
Yeah.
good. It was okay.
No, I don't like it nearly as much.
No. This is what I'm saying. As a movie on its own, like pretending that The Lion King never existed, I could see
Sure.
maybe having some kind of fun with that a little
Yeah.
bit. It'd be fun. Seth Rogen, he's a warthog. Fun. That's fun. But no, comparing it to the original animated movie, oh my god,
Doesn't
it's a
hold
piece
up.
of fucking dog shit.
Yeah.
Really. I wanted to see it so badly. I bought it for $20 on, digitally the day
Yep.
it was released. Finally, I was like, finally, I could see this movie without having to go to a movie theater and look like a creepy weirdo watching The Lion King by myself.
Yep.
And it was just lackluster. It was like,
It is.
Okay.
You know what
So-
it is? I watched the thing that like broke down the two movies side by side, and the thing that you get with the animated one is way more movement and way more color.
Way more what and way more color?
Movement.
Oh yeah.
Like all the dance numbers and everything, like all the songs that they had, they were always cutting to different animals moving around and doing shit. Like in that song that they sing where they escape from what's his name, the bird,
Zazu.
Zazu. Yeah,
Well, I just can't wait,
Wait
to be
to be
king.
king. Exactly. Well, and they're doing that. I mean, think about the cartoon version and how they get tossed around by monkeys and hippo tails and fucking
Well, that-
flung off elephant trunks and
That's
shit.
just
and-
it. That CGI was like photorealistic. It was
Yeah, and they couldn't do as much because they were trying to keep it realistic.
the cartoon versions are like semi anthropomorphic. Like they
Exactly.
almost take on like human facial feature.
Right. They just got big cartoony eyes and shit. They're like,
Right.
You know.
Disney.
right.
They're just
But it
Disney-fied.
works.
Yeah, of
And then you
course.
get the colors. You get those like nice neon pinks and blues and shit that go in with that like
I love me
Sahara
neon.
feel.
Yeah.
So,
Pop, what are you drinking there, bud?
I'm making myself a rum and coke.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
he forgot the Coke.
Pop's gonna be ranting about some fucking.
Dude, just wait.
Let me tell you about
Animal Crossing.
Let me tell you about
Let me
EA.
tell you about the worst video game cancellation horror story of all time. Yo, you know what's gonna be? You know what's crazy? I was thinking about because Pop made some John Cena joke in my stream last night, and I was like, "What are you talking about? I don't get it." And he called me a boomer. But this is, you know what baby boomers like actually came from, right? When
After,
Yeah.
when everybody came back from the war.
yeah, and it was all fucking. Everybody was fucking like crazy.
Right.
Dude, Corona boomers. but-
Yo,
Yeah.
there's gonna be some
That's
new
what they're saying.
boomers. Yeah, 9 months from now. Watch.
Yep. They're already predicting it. A
Yeah.
huge spike in
I mean, what
population.
else? There's
New
nothing else to
boomers.
do.
Corona
That's it.
boomers.
Yeah. People are going to be let out back into society. They're going to go hit the clubs and fuck
Well,
everything.
I mean, there's plenty else to do, but some people just don't have anything better to do, so they're just like
Dude, the
dropping
amateur
loads.
Pornhub section has been wild lately.
Oh yeah, chatterbait and all that.
the only
Everybody has an OnlyFans now. Everyone.
I have
Yeah.
I mean,
one. I
me
mean,
too.
I did see it advertised on on a popular website
oh
where
yeah.
people carouse for adult videos.
There was one of those. I'm gonna try to be like careful what I say here. One profile on one of those websites that I've been like paying attention to,
Mm-hmm.
and it's just
Attention to.
a letdown. You know,
Yeah.
just kind of mildly entertaining at best. So
Yeah.
it's a waste of
Um,
money.
That's all it is.
Yeah.
Anyway, Ryan Reynolds is going to play Dirk.
Yeah. Who cares? You know what, Ryan Reynolds.
You know,
Suck
he was
my
just
dick.
in a movie about video games.
He's Pikachu, dude.
Holy shit, what was it called? NPC or something like that?
Ryan Reynolds, dude. He was fucking
Yeah.
Pikachu.
I saw.
Yeah, I know it was Pikachu. He was also
I saw him in a movie about a guy who was paranoid schizophrenic, and he like
Free guy. That was it.
he like killed chicks in the woods and cut their heads off and kept them in his refrigerator, and they would like talk to him because he was nuts.
That's cute.
It was a fucked up movie. It was called Voices, I think. Really weird. So this Valorant thing, Pop, you added this?
Yeah. So, Valorant.
Holy shit, dude! This is the game I saw.
Yeah, Riot.
I think this is the
who
one.
makes League of Legends.
Playing it in the
Huge game.
media screen starting in 3, 2,
Yeah.
1.
So Riot, who makes League of Legends, huge company, right? Decided they wanted to get in on some of that Overwatch / CS:GO action. So they
Which is
basically
exactly what this game
made
is.
CS:GO, but with hero mechanics like Overwatch. And so it's that, like the menu system, the gun plays, like the levels look exactly like CS:GO, but then all of the characters have hero mechanics like Overwatch. And it's kind of crazy because like I feel like it's not that big of a deal. It's like, oh, there's a new game coming out by a big studio, but like the amount of hype that this game has generated, and it hasn't even like you can't play it. Like people are just getting beta codes, and the beta's not even open for another week. Like
Yeah,
the
I
amount
saw
of
that.
hype
They were doing a Twitch Rivals
Yeah.
competition with it.
the amount of hype that's like around this game, I've never seen before. It's insane. Like it had like something like 500,000 viewers on Twitch last week. Like
Yeah,
It's
it's
crazy.
unreal.
um,
And it's so disgustingly sad how Overwatch meets CS:GO this game is.
it's like if you didn't tell me and I just clicked on the stream, I'd be like, oh, somebody's playing CS:GO or somebody's playing Overwatch. Like I wouldn't know the difference if like right now, like what's playing on stream, like, oh yeah, somebody's playing Overwatch.
Yep.
Or like right now, oh, somebody's playing CS:GO.
Yeah.
Like you can't tell the difference. It's literally they just combined the two.
Yeah. I had no idea what it was, and I opened up Twitch the other day, and they had the Twitch Rival stream going on, and this is what they were all playing. And I'm like, what the hell is this game? So I'm watching it, and the amount of knife flicking going on, constantly
Yeah,
switching
yeah.
from the gun back to the knife
Yep.
and flicking it around. I'm like, oh, this is a CS:GO clone. I'm
Mhm.
like, okay, great. And then I'm watching, and this dude like brings up a ice wall out of nowhere. It's like, oh wait, this is Overwatch meets CS:GO.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, okay.
It's crazy
mean-
how identical it is, but like the hype around this game is insane. Like I don't
Yeah.
know.
I mean, there's a reason that CS:GO is still around and still as popular
Yeah.
as it is. Like, they're tight mechanics that work. And
Pe-
people like the hero thing from Overwatch. So,
It'll be interesting to see how this game does. People are saying this is what's going to kill Fortnite, and I say Animal Crossing already did that.
Hey.
Like,
yeah. I do have to admit, I recently uninstalled Fortnite from my computer.
I haven't played Fortnite in like 2 months. No interest because all I care about.
Yeah. I
just wanna-
opened
I just
my
wanna catch some
Epic
fish.
thing to see if there was any good games to get, which there really isn't.
I did down. I
Oh,
think one game
Gone
that you guys
Home?
maybe should be
I
Gone
think is on
Home,
there.
and then also like it's like not included in the always Epic like 2 games are free per
Right.
however long. There's one on the Epic Game Store right now. It's the first week, so I think it ends April 8th. I think it was, but
Okay.
it's called like really good delivery service or like something.
Yeah,
it's
I
like
got that one
something
too.
Delivery service. It looks like a really fun like party game. Like if you get like 3-4 people all to play, like it looks super.
Yeah,
fun.
what was it? Like Totally Accurate or Totally
Yeah,
something?
totally awesome
Delivery
delivery service or something like that.
Yeah,
So I downloaded that.
that does look fun. Like we could have a blast with that.
What is that? What we're playing after this?
Yo, I'm down.
I don't know, dude.
Oh boy.
I gotta
Oh,
get back to E-Girl Isle.
What? Oh.
It's my Animal Crossing island.
Eager Isle.
E-Girl Isle.
That's good.
Did you guys want to do this Crash retrospective, or you want to call it now?
That depends. Do you guys want to like try and play something? Or if Pop's gonna go bitch out back to the island.
Yeah. No, I'm playing Animal Crossing when we get. Like, I haven't played all.
I'm down to play something, Mike, if you want.
Yeah.
But, yeah, we're like right at the 2-hour mark, and that's what we were always shooting for. So I say, just try and keep it at 2 hours. We started late. It's almost 1. We could play something for a little bit and have some fun.
Let me try and get my hands on some Crash, even just to play a couple levels.
Yeah.
Back to it. That way I have some more reference for it. Because I never got into the Crash series, so.
Oh, okay. All right. Maybe pick up the
remaster, yeah.
Just play it that way. It's the same
Right.
game.
I'm gonna talk about Crash next week, but I'm only gonna reference the one level that you get to play in Uncharted 4.
Okay.
That's gonna be my retrospective.
Gotcha. Is that the only level you've played of Crash?
Yeah. You're this weird orange thing, and you collect mangoes.
They're called Wumpa fruit.
There's
God.
a rock chasing you. Totally an Indiana Jones ripoff.
There's a rock chasing you. I think it's like 3 rocks, actually.
Nathan Drake would have just shot it. Oh, man.
Yep. He would have killed it mercilessly. All right. Hey, everybody. Thanks for listening to our podcast. We'll see you next week.
Hit him with that outro music.
Oh, yeah. I forgot about the
Yeah.
outro music.
You gotta fucking
Yeah.
hot butter.
That outro music.
That outro
I
music.
forgot.
That's how you say goodbye.
All right, we're gonna leave you guys with this right here. Remember, don't hate the player. Hate a stupid
limited run
virus.
games.
Oh yeah, limited run games. Hate limited run games and a
Hate limited
virus. All right,
My
peace
lack of
out.
toilet.
Peace out, everybody. Listen to this.
Granny Cream's hot butter ice cream. We take the hot butter, mix it with the ice cream, freeze it up cool, you can see it on your screen. Put it in your microwave, make it real hot like a soup or a dip. We call it heat and sip. Very tasty and healthy too. Granny Cream's hot butter ice cream. Granny Cream's hot butter ice cream. We take the hot butter, mix it with the ice cream, freeze it up cool, you can see it on your screen. Put it in your microwave, make it real hot like a soup or a dip. We call it heat and sip. Very tasty and healthy too. Granny Cream's hot butter ice cream. Granny Cream's hot butter ice cream. We take the hot butter, mix it with the ice cream, freeze it up cool, you can see it on your screen. Put it in your microwave, make it real hot like a soup or a dip. We call it heat and sip. Very tasty and healthy too. Granny Cream's hot butter ice cream. Granny Cream's hot butter ice cream. We take the hot butter, mix it with the ice cream, freeze it up cool, you can see it on your screen. Put it in your microwave, make it real hot like a soup or a dip. We call it heat and sip. Very tasty and healthy too. Granny Cream's hot butter ice cream.